The Legend of Zelda. The name makes one assume that you are playing as Zelda, but the reality is you play as Link, the hero of time. But much like Disney movies, the princess takes center stage, at least according to the name. Figma, known for their excellent female anime and video game characters, have decided to create the legendary princess into an action figure. So the question is, did Figma succeed in making the first premium Zelda figure? Let's find out in this toy review of Figma's Legend of Zelda, Zelda from Twilight Princess.
Hello everyone, and thank you for joining us once again on the D-Star01 channel. I'm your host, Dexter, Arafiles, and today we'll be reviewing, not this one, we already reviewed this one. We're going to review the Figma Zelda from Twilight Princess. Now, I know we've been looking forward to this figure for quite some time. We haven't had a premium Zelda figure yet, and this one is the first of its kind, and it's by Figma. I got her at a really good price at around $60, I'd say. Yeah, I got her for about 60 bucks, and I got her at Comic-Con with Link directly from Figma. So I'm really looking forward to this figure and see if she's worth your rupees.
When it comes to paint and detail, this figure is quite breathtaking. The patterns on her dress, the perfectly painted shimmer purple on her top, the gold armor on her shoulders, the pearl finish on her sleeves and gloves, and all the facial details are represented beautifully on her. She almost looks as good as a static model. Looking closer, I just have to appreciate the excellent paint job on the armor and the tiara, as it is very spot on and the designs are very nice. She comes with two faces, an RBF face and a happy face. The skin tone on these faces are spot on and feature a nice matte finish which gives off a soft feminine look. The eyes are also painted on perfectly, as you can see here. The only problem I have is that I wish she came with one more face, like a closed eyes face like you see here. It would have been really nice and added a lot to the value of this figure. If you are thinking of getting this figure just for the paint and detail alone, then by all means, she's an absolute beauty. But when it comes to functionality in terms of articulation, well, let's look into that.
So here we are with Zelda from Twilight Princess, made by Figma, and we're going to talk about articulation and scale. So let's get scale out of the way. She is standing roughly 5.5 inches, and we got to compare her to other figures. And here we have Zero Suit Samus for those Smash Brothers aficionados. And we got Link, Twilight Princess Link. And then we also have a Marvel Legends Mary Jane, who is very tall in comparison. Sorry, Link, you just got to go. She is a little bit smaller than your standard Marvel Legends, but she fits well with any other import figure. So now that we got scale out of the way, let's talk about articulation, which is sadly the downfall of this figure. Now, obviously she looks fantastic, but this is where it fails. And where it fails is this skirt. As you can see here, the classic Figma joints are here at the skirt. But, come on, let's look at that. Does that really look good? No, it doesn't. I think it looks really bad. And, oh man, she can't do side kicks as well. See? That just doesn't look cool. I think this should have been a softer plastic in order to get your side kicks and pretty much any other type of pose ready. Besides that, because we have this skirt that hinders everything, she can't really pose that well. I mean, all she can do is stand there and maybe do like sword poses and the bow of light poses, but that's pretty much it. No jump kicks, no action pose, no nothing like that. So let's talk about articulation anyway. So I am going to count those. So we do have two articulations here at the skirt, and she does have a toe articulation there. We have that roller joint here at the ankle. We do have another roller joint here at the knee, and we have a ball jointed thigh. We don't have a double jointed midsection, but we do have one right here, and it's well hidden under her chest, so it doesn't look like it's an obvious articulation. I really like what they did there. Also, we have a double ball joint here at the shoulder. We have somewhat of a bicep swivel. Yeah, decent bicep swivel there. And then we have a bend at the elbow, and then we have a bend at the wrist with that same roller joint. And then we have one articulation at the neck. No articulation here, because if that was there, it would hinder her overall look. So like I said before, I think this figure looks fantastic. If you're looking to pose her, not so much. This is pretty much the best you'll get her. Just pretty much stand there acting like a princess. So yeah, there you have it. That is articulation scale for Zelda.
Bow of Light, light arrow, Zelda sword, a stand, an extra face, and 6 extra hands is what you get with this figure. Starting with the Bow of Light, what we have here is a very nicely painted shimmering white with yellow trimmings and fits wonderfully with Zelda, as you can see here. For her to hold it, the bow comes apart like so you can slide it in the hand. This prevents bending of the hands and is very considerate of Figma. The light arrow accompanies the Bow of Light and has a similar paint scheme and looks awesome together. The arrow is specifically held by this hand, and while it looks like it cannot be done, it actually sticks decently well in order to get that perfect pose. Also, I would like to add that Link holds the bow nicely as well. Looking at her sword, its design is a rapier and looks fantastic with its shimmering silver blade, gold hilt, and pink leather wrapped handle. In order for her to hold it, it takes apart much like the bow so that it can be placed in her hand, as you can see here. Looking at the faces once again, they can be interchanged by removing the tiara. At first, it seemed difficult to place the tiara on the forehead as the pegs are extremely tight, but after changing it a few times, it got easier. As I said in Paint and Detail, I'm loving these faces, but one more wouldn't have hurt. In comparison to the DX Link, it seems like she isn't getting as much in terms of accessories, especially for the price point of around $55 US. The DX Link is only $10 more, and you get a whole lot more. Regardless, she looks amazing, albeit her lack of articulation. But that's really what you're buying here. Wonderful paint and detail.
So let's break down this figure of the Figma Zelda from Twilight Princess. Now, let's start off with the negatives. This figure is kind of polarizing for me, okay? So the negatives of this is clearly the skirt is much too hard for her to do side kicks and action poses. Now, if you're looking to put this into your Smash Brothers collection, she's pretty good, I guess, if she's just standing there. Now, if you're making her do like serious moves and attacking, that's not going to happen because the kicks just aren't there. See, look, I'm even trying to make a kick, it just doesn't work. This skirt is too hard. So when we look at Link here, okay, when you look at his tunic, right, this is kind of like a soft plastic and he can actually do some decent kicks there, okay? This one does not. This plastic should have been on the skirt or something similar to that. But it's not, and that's my main gripe. Besides that, positives. Ooh, man, is this figure gorgeous. Wow. This is definitely one of the most prettiest figures I ever have. Wow, it's just so great. I love all the paint and detail, all the armor, everything about her is fantastic. If you get her just to have her sit on your shelf, by all means, she's worth every penny. So, I'm going to have to rate her. I give her an 8 out of 10 D-stars. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. And I guess I have a question for you guys. Do you think she deserves a better score? And how would have you made this figure much better? Let me know down in the comments down below. Again, thanks for watching and have a good one.
Hey you! Thanks for watching. Rate, comment, and subscribe. Where? Right here. Not there, right here. You. And thanks for watching. So, rate, comment, and subscribe. Right here, right there, right here. Yeah.